Um, I'm wondering about my own. We have two cats, and I'm not exactly sure where this question is going, but we got them 1 year apart. They're not brothers. We had one cat. He disappeared for a while. He came back, and we thought we were going to get a pair of brothers, and then we ended up getting a new cat the same day our old cat came back. And it's really interesting the way these cats are. They come and sit with you when you are feeling hurt or you have intense emotions. They'll just come and plop right down. They seem to know exactly when they could be helpful. And I was really impressed by that. And we have friends that come over and they're having a hard time. They go right to the, whoever's in the house. And so everyone's falling in love with these cats. They're like, wow, I've never had a cat be so nice to me, or, people that aren't cat people. And I would be super interested in learning how to communicate with them. I would love to know more of like what their experience is. How would I go about doing that?
Well, first and foremost, to believe that you're capable of doing it, and knowing that they do understand what you are saying, what you are sending out. The story you just said about they totally get it whenever people are feeling down, and cats are very, very healing animals. They have made studies about when they purr, like, the vibration of that is the same as the healing frequency. That is very, very interesting. Maybe you can look into that, because I know that has your interest.
Yeah.
So they are seeking people that want their help because they are capable of helping them just by sitting there in the room and, doing their sounds. Then they are healing them. So first and foremost, believing and knowing that they do understand what you are sending out and what you are saying, and you have to trust what you get back. And that's the most difficult part when it's your own cats. It would be, when I teach people in this animal communication, I always start with, you need to learn it with other animals, because you are so, connected with your own animals, and you have already seen a pattern. So your brain will think, oh, I'm thinking this, instead of receiving it.
Interesting. Okay, start with another animal. As you're talking, I'm thinking of my wife. She'll compliment the animals. She's like, oh, you're so handsome, or look at you, so regal sitting there on that tree branch. And these cats will even act like more, when you compliment, like you can tell they're like, oh yeah, that feels good. It's really funny. So it's clear that what you're saying is true. They're sensing, what we're communicating.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
And you teach this to people. You teach animal communication. I think I saw on your website you have a group of ambassadors, or a group of people you've certified that are spread around the world, maybe.
I took the best of my students, and they're working for me, so I'm capable of sending them out. I can't be everywhere, and I only have like 24 hours a day as everybody else. But I teach in this every month, and then they have to study at home, read up on things and practice, and then they're back in the class with me, and it takes 7 months to teach them this. But basically it takes me 5 minutes to open up for the telepathy. That's all we need, 5 minutes. But trusting yourself, believing in whatever you are receiving, getting good enough to talk about health problems without getting in trouble with the veterinarians, because we can't prove it, but we have to be so detailed and so on point and spot on every single time, if we need to be taken seriously with this whole holistic way of thinking in a very academical world we are living in. So I have very high standards for my students.
Wow. Do you ever get in trouble with vets or in conflict with them because you feel like they think you're stepping on their toes in some way?
Yeah, I have fought for this for 22 years, and the national trainers have hated me. Some veterinarians are hating me because whenever it's not like they give up, but they can, of course, be in doubt of a diagnosis or things. And then the animal owner are asking me, and it takes me about 15 minutes to figure out what the problem is, because I see it more holistically. Then, of course, it's provocative for the veterinarian that has studied for 5.5 years to become a vet, and it takes me 15 minutes to point out the problem. Of course, this is making a lot of problems. And then we have the whole money discussion, because whenever you have, I don't know, I hope not, if you have gone to your veterinarian with your cat, then they're seeking one problem. And when it's not it, they're seeking the next one and the next reason and the next reason. And the one paying for this are the animal owner. So, it's cheaper now to ask an animal communicator than it is, to go through the veterinarian system. And I don't think that one system can, be without another one. So I'm working for the collaboration between the veterinarians and the more holistical thinkers, which I've also succeeded with, but it's not here in Denmark, but it's not like proven yet. And this is the reason why I have such high standards, because if we want to work with the veterinarians, we need to be spot on every single time. So it's not good enough for me whenever a student of mine is saying, I think there's something wrong with the left shoulder. I'm like, something wrong? What is wrong? Is it the muscle, the vessels, the bones? What's the reason for the shoulder thing? Oh, it's over the diagonal. So, the left shoulder becomes a symptom from something from the hind leg. Okay, let's look into that. And why is it we have problems in the hind leg? Is it because of the rider, the saddle, the past, or just an accident?
Wow.
So I'm very detailed in my work.